I'll keep this month's gratitude and shameless plug quick. I always enjoy getting to be a part of this podcast. That's why it's why any of us do it and keep doing it. These last couple of months, though, have been really special. We've been doing the show for a few years now, and at a couple of points it's felt really tiring, and I've wondered what it would feel like to still be doing this after a few years. I wondered, would it still be fun? And the answer is yes. Somehow lately it's been even more fun than when we started, which is really cool. And a big part of that has been getting to share it with all of you. So thank you all for taking the time to listen, for caring, for connecting with us, and supporting us. I always say it, and I always mean it. Listening is the best thing you can do to support us. But if you somehow want to do more, and as always, there's never any pressure to do so, there are a few free things you can do that are a huge help to us. You can rate and review the show on your podcast app or apps of choice. You can follow us on social media, let us know what you think might be fun or cool for us to check out. Please keep reaching out to us on those socials, or email us at livetodiepodcast@gmail.com. Let us know what you think. You can also talk about the show with other people. Be cool about it, though. And if you really, really want to go beyond that, you can support us on Patreon, where we share behind-the-scenes conversations and other recordings, how we're managing Kingdom Turns or our playthrough of some of the beginner box stuff, but you've heard me talk about that before. As a part of our Patreon, each month we shout out one supporter at the Called Shot tier or higher. This month, that's the Sturgeon General. Thanks for your support, your time listening, and hell, for just being a part of the hobby with us here. This is possible because of you and everyone else who supports us on Patreon. So thank you so much. If you want to check out the Patreon, you can do that at www.patreon.com/livetodiepod. That's patreon.com/livetodiepod. Thank you so darn much for sitting through this and for listening to the show at all. Remember, be nice, roll dice, and enjoy this week's episode of Live to Die.
Roll dice, be nice, and stay tuned. This is the Live to Die podcast. So our kingdom is starting to make some money.
Oh, yeah.
Not like a ton of money.
Looking at you, bro. Where's that money at?
And ignoring like mechanics like getting runes or anything. If money were no object for your character, what's one thing that they would want to have in their possession?
Ooh.
Magic item wise?
Anything.
Oh,
could be mechanical or non-mechanical.
Say we find ourselves incredibly rich in the next year.
Uh-huh.
What's like the first thing they want to buy?
I would say like an incredibly elaborate yet tasteful longhouse of some sort.
Okay.
Like build a temple that's like, this one's better than the rest, because there are I read a lot of the temples in Brevoy for Erastil are like in a cave in the woods.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So to have like a really dope ass, like somebody carved the tree completely from top to bottom and then used that tree to make like a stanchion.
Dude, that's dope.
And like all of them were that way and it was just really well done. I think that's what Nikolai would do.
See, I kind of want to add to that where...
Get your own idea, man.
Nah. So I think Jonas is like really stoked about this particular spot because of his history with his mother and stuff here. I don't know, which we haven't dug into a ton, but I love the idea of coming back and like Jonas thinking about building something that will, from an archaeological standpoint, get looked at in the future.
Stand the test of time.
Yeah, hundreds, 200s, thousands a year from now or whatever. And the community aspect.
Like a statue of Nikolai or something?
Yeah, probably like a statue. Definitely like a really, really hard metal.
Yeah. Bronze, in fact.
Yeah, but like at the Longhouse, like they serve 3 meals a day. Like, and if you're part of the community, like you can just go.
When you
Like,
said
that's
hard
like-
metal, I thought you meant like as a genre of music. Like that's some fucking, like that's
Yeah,
thrash
it's like
shit.
made out of a really like literal hard metal, but there's also a speaker that plays
power
hard
metal.
metal all the time.
It plays Mea Culpa from what was it, Gojira sang at the...
Yeah.
God, that was so
at the
badass.
Olympics.
Yeah,
They're
was
coming to
awesome.
Denver in like a month or something.
Oh,
Nice.
dude, really?
Yeah, I was like, do we go to Gojira in Denver? Like they're opening for someone else, but still.
And I think also like really, really rock solid trail maintainers. And that's from like my mountain biking days. People that come in there and make sure that the trails are taken care of. So people that use the trails don't like try to make new trails because this trail is so crappy. Like really, so that way it's like we're, in some sort of symbiosis with where we're building at too.
So
Jonas
once again,
is really dope about that.
For what it's worth, you can in fact build monuments in the Kingdom turn.
Of course you can.
Monument is an impressive stone structure built to commemorate a historical event, honor a beloved leader, memorialize a tragedy, or simply serve as an artistic display. Takes up 1 lot, costs 6 RP and a stone. Yeah. Its construction you must be trained in arts to construct it.
Oh, wow.
And the effect is the first time you build a monument each Kingdom turn, you reduce the unrest by 1 and reduce 1 ruin by 1 of your choice.
That's cool.
That's what about like the statue of Arthur? It's Arthur as the statue of David. And he's holding. That's hilarious. He's holding his helmet on his shoulder.
Will lore architecture count for that art?
So your kingdom has to have the proficiency of art.
I keep forgetting that there's like when you level up, you like take kingdom skills, as it were.
Yes, but they're not called skills; they're called focuses now. The legendary books change the name there to easier delineate when they're referring to the character making a skill check or the kingdom making a focus check.
Perfect.
It's like the Arc de Triomphe.
Essentially, yes. And similarly, we'll make a big ass fucking roundabout around this one.
Right.
And then there's going to be 4 Keanu Reeves movies. And by the 4th one, there's going to be a big fight scene where people just keep getting hit by cars around the Arthur statue. Of course.
That's funny.
Have you not seen John Wick 4?
I've only seen the first 2.
Just jump to the 4th one.
Skip the third one?
No.
The 3rd one's good.
Watch it with me.
Yeah,
I will. Watch the 4th one.
The 4th one is genuinely great. Jane saw the first one, did not watch the second 2, came to the 4th one with 2 of my friends and I when it came out like a year and a half ago and watched it. She was like, that was actually pretty fucking good. I'm like, I know.
I would imagine you don't really need a lot of, like, even though they provide John Wick backstory, it's not really important.
Well, and even then,
there for the choreography.
We saw it at one of the Draft House locations. So they had the like plot summary of the first 3 movies in 10 minutes little video that they played beforehand, which was kind of fun. And then we jumped in and that's staggeringly good. And the entire Paris sequence, like arc of the movie is phenomenal.
That's funny.
Good shit. Okay.
What
so,
would Lucky
what was like unlimited money?
A cat bed. A cat tower.
Wow. Ooh, one of those giant scratchy cat towers.
Yeah.
No. Probably just a network of contacts.
I like it.
Just like nothing. I mean, I think you'd probably want like a keep or something too, but I think first and foremost, just make some friends.
Some spiders.
I think a keep is the better answer. What kind of keep are you talking about?
A keep with lots of rooms where no one knows what's happening inside except me.
Oh,
it's like we talked a little bit very briefly last episode.
Is this like a freak off thing?
You got some baby oil on there?
Yeah.
No.
Where do you think our kingdom money's going?
How Game of Thrones, one of the like storylines they left open was like the sorcerers in the tower.
The warlocks.
And it was just like, oh, well, that goes away.
Yeah.
So that
could be you. Your weird tower.
See, I'm down.
Weird ass tower.
I like to imagine that it's like there's all sorts of it, but some of it is just weird research. Like you've got a fucking JPL. Like you're just funding JPL and your keep.
Nice.
Trent, what would Arthur, unlimited money, do?
I think
the biggest fish on the biggest stick.
I think he would build an estate for his mom.
Aw.
And then would just be like, and a nice big ass shield. And that's probably all he really cares about.
Like a monument size shield or like still functional?
Functional, yeah.
Okay.
But that you can also hang up on the monument.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like where he keeps it on the statue of David.
He's like, well, if I'm going to be memorialized, I need to have a badass shield that I'm seen with.
The shield would be where a leaf would go on.
Right. He's like covering the shield, like holding it at waist level.
Every time you take the shield from the statue, everyone knows you're not in town. Yeah. When you come back, you put it back.
Yeah, exactly.
That actually is kind of badass. I love that little bit of like
hangs it up.
Yeah.
Nobody else can hold it.
Yeah.
Enchanted so that only you or your successor can draw the shield in the stone.
Exactly.
Oh, God. I was like, I'm not 100%, but I double checked for the sake of this joke. I did love the idea that the other option would be that you just get like a California redwood and impale a whale shark on it and roasts it.
Or just like a fish farm,
Yeah.
Where you just go in, put a little kernel of corn on a stick, pull one out.
That's for when he's retired.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know what? Maybe that'll be it. Although I feel like we do that right before a big fight. Like here it's, I'm gonna put this evil out there. Next time I want to ask you what each of your characters' retirement dreams are.
Okay.
Oh,
right.
good.
If I can do it right before a boss fight, that'd be the best time.
Oh,
So you can be like, I think, honestly, he just bought a boat.
Yeah.
Yeah. He carved it.
Yeah.
Spent weeks working on it. It's my retirement plan. Just gonna sail this boat that I just bought. It's the Shatter Shield. The Shatter Shield gonna live forever.
Yeah.
All right. So what's next, everyone? Where are we?
We're with these dudes.
we're moving.
Yeah,
Point
fine, whatever.
Yeah,
Point to the map.
Point the finger.
I think we have kobolds on our horses with us as we're heading out.
You got kobolds for days.
Yep, riding in front of us, not behind us.
So that is, I think.
Are they on our horse with us?
Can we?
Yeah, he
or do
said
they have
he
their own
wasn't going to give them
horses?
horses.
Yeah.
Well, we're not giving them horses.
Can we bring
Hell no.
Icondio or someone with us?
I mean, if you bring Ekandayu, then you don't have a warden back home.
Yeah, I
Well,
think we
what
leave the
about-
word back
Yeah, I think-
home.
Anyone else to just help us? I think the reason I ask is like we don't have much melee. Like we're pretty.
True.
Arthur is like the one
We got
melee.
this. I got
person.
backups.
All right.
I think.
I'm bringing Smappy.
And I think
We have Spike.
we could
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
let them know.
I just
if
don't like
some
that we
shit
share
goes down,
points.
you're helping.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Like-
if I'm not back in 30 minutes, call the police.
Yeah.
Or Domino's.
So
I think we're okay.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
did go ahead and place, if you look at the map, you'll see that I've placed, Jason has selected a coin to represent the party on the overworld map there
I like
at
it.
Shatter Shield. And if you look off to the pretty directly southwest, you'll see I've placed a second coin to denote where the kobolds
That's
have
pretty.
said Hargulka's fortress.
Oh, damn.
That's pretty deep in the forest.
That is not close. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hexes away.
Yep.
Yep.
1, 2, 3,
60
4,
miles.
5. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, no matter which way we go, it's a 5 hex. It's a 5 hex.
What is that, like 2 days journey?
60
maybe?
miles.
Day and
So
a
here's
half?
the deal. You can do 1 hex per day if
Yeah.
there's a road and you're on foot. You can do
Oof.
1 hex per day if there's not a road and you're on horseback. And that's
Okay.
before it starts getting difficult. In the forest, it's probably going to slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
So if you're on horses, you'll be able to make it in probably 3 days.
So we need to make sure we're taking, like, we got the tent, we got our
Mhm.
whole
Yeah.
wagon set up.
Are you taking the wagon?
I mean, 3 days journey
Hmm.
is.
I mean, it's up to you.
We could take the wagon and
The wagon's going to be harder because there isn't, like, you'll be going in the forest. There won't
That's
be a
true.
road.
This just us pushing through the forest like this, and I'm looking at all this waterways that we have that could take us almost 4 hexes there. Like in the future, I'm thinking boats
We need a
and
boat, yeah.
boats and waterfront
Yeah,
pushing through there.
Yeah, now, unfortunately,
Just past Candle Keep.
now you also know because Elga has told you that on the west side of Candlemere Lake is a lizard folk like village
Mm.
right at
That's
the mouth
right.
of that river.
We can make contact with
we
them.
should probably
Sure.
avoid that on the way there. Maybe hit that on the way back, or
Sure.
avoid it both ways. But that's not something that we're just going to want to leave, especially
You
if
do
we
have a
start
little bit
to
of a
push
time
out.
pressure right now with the kobolds.
Yeah, I like where you're pointing.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll move due west and then kind
Well,
of
so,
south.
so the kobolds have a place. They're going to take you through the hex that have the lizards in it, but the lizard folk are at the very
okay, perfect.
southeast corner of that hex.
Sure.
And so they know it. They can skirt you through it. They know broadly where the dragon hunts. They don't know where its lair is because they haven't looked for it. But their concern is that, like, we just have to go through this hex that is its hunting grounds, or the dragon as they proclaim it.
I'm convinced it's like a large bird.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm so excited to find out that it is a large bird.
So here's what I'll say. If you want, now this would only be if you are interested in specifically doing this. But if somebody who has the appropriate skills could spend time working with these kobolds to try to get an idea of what it is through a knowledge
Like what it looks
check.
like. Yeah.
Yeah, I've knowledge Nate.
Well, if it is a dragon as they claim, that's Arcana.
I am not trained in Arcana.
I don't know what Arcana is.
I'm trained in Arcana.
With the remaster, there's like all sorts of different dragons that can be occult, divine, and all sorts of stuff, right?
They are in
But
there.
there's still Arcana.
I don't know.
Check.
I have the old fucking
Oh, nice. Yeah, no,
GM
that's fair.
screen, so it's Arcana for now, motherfuckers.
Whoa. Okay.
But yeah, what do you all want to do? Do you have any special preps you want to do?
Yeah, we probably should buy some stuff. Some troll stuff.
All that gold. I've got lots of troll stuff.
Go see
some
the
fire
alchemist.
and acid.
What's the knowledge check
Alchemist
for trolls?
fire.
Mm-hmm.
Like in general.
Oh God!
Because
fuck?
Ryan,
Society?
the player,
They're giants.
knows he needs some stuff. But I wanna see if Jonas knows what's up because I am prepared for that build wise.
Do you have the ability to like learn a language? Is that what
I do.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jotun?
Jotun. Yeah, I will definitely. So us the players know it's Jotun.
Yeah.
But I would love to do some research.
Yeah, so I got
so
this
that we
for
can
you.
kind of figure that out, and then we can set that up, and
Lucky
then we can
knows
talk
Jotun.
about. Oh, perfect.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah,
Do we know
I'll-
Draconic?
Loki does not know Draconic.
But I could, so I could learn Draconic.
Yeah.
And then
Is it
we're covered in
kobolds?
both
I think
bases.
kobolds, lizard people, and possibly a dragon would be helpful to speak Draconic.
Okay,
sure.
So anyone who wants to give me it's actually society for trolls.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
that's
got
what I wanted.
society.
Now this is a secret check. So
Yep.
what's that bonus?
Plus 10.
11.
Okay.
Or so I can roll to assist if you're higher.
Or your choice. You can either roll to
Let's
assist
let's
or do
both
two
roll.
separate rolls.
Let's just both roll.
Yeah, let's both roll.
You're 10, and who's 10? Who's 10?
I'm
who's
11.
I'm 10.
Alrighty. So you're both gonna pull this off. What are you interested in knowing?
I mean, weaknesses. I think
Weaknesses.
players as players we know.
players, weaknesses for the trolls.
So you can kind of come to how you've done this. So if it's specifically weaknesses, you actually know that there are 2 weaknesses:
But, okay.
fire and electricity.
Oh,
interesting.
okay.
Yeah, look at that. Boom.
I didn't know that.
Then
didn't know
I
that
thought it was
either.
going to be something else.
I thought it was acid.
I thought it was acid too.
Mhm.
Wow, I've been playing a lot of the Dragon game, you two.
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know what game
So-
you're referring to at all.
So one of you knows fire, the other of you would kind of learn electricity, and yes, you would
I know both.
confirm that their
Okay,
language they
cool.
speak is Jotun.
Yeah.
Jotun, in which you have.
Now
Yep.
that being said, if
Yeah.
if you are going to be wanting to make diplomacy or intimidate checks, you will want to have access to Jotun.
That's true.
And we're going for the trolls
How often can you?
every day. So
Okay.
I could learn it as we
That's-
go through the hex and then change it.
That's
Yeah,
so
I
cool.
mean, as we
Kobolds
get
also
closer,
speak common.
Yeah. It's such a good feat for this specific game.
Totally.
It's so fucking cool.
Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah. So, yep. Fire and electricity are their weaknesses. They speak Jotun.
You want to pick
Um,
up like?
Hey, I do have a little something for you.
Oh yeah.
Because I always like to share. Look, like there's so much cool shit, and Jason and I have actually been shopping around doing a talkback show. So hopefully we can get it even more into the piezo fucking crunchy trenches that I love.
The
But
crunches.
Yep, crunches, if
Yeah.
you will. But I do want to kind of say, so what you two kind of piece together through like putting your heads together, talking to folks in town. And honestly, Jason, you asked a couple episodes ago, like, is there a library you can go to? And there isn't. But probably one of your better sources of knowledge around here locally is Elga.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
she's been around for a while. She knows a lot of fucking shit. So if anything, Jonas, it depends. You probably don't have a day to do it today, but just in the future.
Sure.
You could go to like research with Elga a little bit. But here's what you got to piece together. And for our listeners, let's keep this in mind. Trolls, the most common type of which you are doing your research on forest trolls, which is sort of what we would know as trolls in most other games,
Mm.
are gangly giants who stalk the edges of the fringes of civilization. They rely on their incredible strength to overpower foes with their vicious claws and toothy maws. These trolls stand anywhere from 12 to 16 feet tall.
What?
Yeah.
Damn.
Though they prefer to hunch down for comfort and to lull foes into a false sense of security. Trolls are truly creatures of the forest, deeply linked in the flesh and blood of the verdant habitats they consider their territory. In fact, when a forest troll is killed, their flesh turns into blackened lumps of charcoal, often still glowing with coals. Despite that, these creatures roam farther and wider than most of their kin, and to the extent that they're the first creatures a common person thinks of when they hear the word troll.
Mm.
We've talked about what trolls look like before. I'm not going to do a full explainer, but this is a troll.
Ah.
Keep in mind, trolls
Yeah.
they almost have a lot of the characteristics of like a wild boar. Imagine
Yep.
like a human boar hybrid that was all like giant and green.
But also
I hate
massive.
That's the picture you used when we fought the one we found at Kandayu, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which was, if you remember, bearing
Yeah.
blue wyvern
Blue Wyvern
armor.
armor.
Whenever
Uh,
I hear troll, I just think of that bastard on the mountain in Skyrim. Like that first.
Oh, I know
bad
exactly
enemy
what you're
you
talking
face.
about.
Yeah.
You're walking up the stairs, and then there's that ice troll that's up
Yeah.
there.
Hate
Mhm.
that guy.
Hate him.
Sucks.
And so we talk about that height of like 12 to 16 feet. Keep in mind that like sometimes when they run, they will lope on all
Sure.
fours. So like you can really get that like boar sort of like
Mm.
back hunch, the big tusks out of the mouth.
Like a boar gorilla mix.
Yeah, a boar gorilla, a boar gorilla by way of the Hulk.
Ah.
And boar gorilla is now a word.
Boar gorilla?
Boar
Yeah, I
gorilla.
think it's,
Borilla.
yeah, I like it.
The Borilla. All right. Any special prep? Any purchases? Any things you want or need?
Yeah.
Could we buy Alchemist's Fire at the general store?
The general store may have some, but you know who would have it?
Yeah, the gnome. What's his name?
Yes, him too.
Oh, okay.
The Alchemist.
Jubilost.
Yeah, Jubileus. I don't
Who
want
were
to
you
go
gonna
talk
say,
to the
James?
alchemist.
You want to talk to the
I wanna talk
alchemist
to
hermit up
Jubileus.
north?
No.
It's too far out of the way.
The one who tried to give you multiple plot drops, and you're like, "Fuck
Nope.
this guy."
Nope.
Yeah, Jubilost, who you have a pretty good rapport with because of Ari. Well, one, you helped save a big bird's caravan, and
Yeah.
then Ari spent a few days with them, kind of helping them explore and chart some stuff. He's also particularly interested, and he is willing to cut you a discount of 10%
Nice.
on basically the first 10 items you buy from him for this.
Okay.
If you're willing, because these part of the Gnarl Marches, he has no mapping data on. So he's willing to give you a discount if you're willing to just directly give him any mapping and charting information, because he knows that Nikolai keeps a map. If you're willing to fully share that from the expedition, he'll essentially,
Sure.
and he even
Fucking
kind of like
close.
waxes poetic of like, I think I gave him like sort of a bit of a dandy voice, if I remember right. I think Jubilos was right here. So it's like, look, I will happily sponsor your expedition at a humble rate. Just keep in mind, talk good about my wares, bring me back the map, and I will credit you in the footnotes on it, but be a part of my grand mapping of the stolen lands.
Sure.
Sounds
Sounds
good.
to me.
Yep, good.
Wonderful. Alchemist's Fire, we have some of that. I think we have a little bottle of lightning as well.
Cool. Yeah.
Have
Can we get up to 10?
up to 10 total items.
Okay.
Of
what?
So because you have a general store, you can get items of up to level. Your settlement is level 2. You can get items of up to level 4 right now
Before,
because
okay.
the general store ups it by 2, I believe.
Oh, wow.
I guess, do we want all offensive or do we want some healing?
Probably should get some healing potions
Healing's
too.
not a bad idea.
It's
I have one potion.
I have scrolls of jump.
You know,
That's
that
good
old
shit.
chestnut.
Yeah, dude, I love jump spells so much.
Do any of you remember, did any of you play, speaking of Elder Scrolls, go back a couple games, did any of you play Morrowind?
Oh,
Yeah,
no, I don't
that's
know.
where I started.
Do you remember finding, like, if you're walking along and all of a sudden a body just falls out of the sky, and on the body is a scroll of, like, something flight, which you realize just increases your
Oh.
jump skill, but doesn't let you land? So if you read it, you jump, you fly, and then you just hit the ground and die.
Yeah, that's so funny. I don't remember that. I
Hey.
didn't get Morrowind. It didn't make any sense to me until I played Oblivion, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, I see what's
Yeah,
going on.
yeah.
Morrowind's honestly one of those games where, like, I had friends that were really into it, and I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, sure. I feel like it's a game that I appreciate a lot more going back to as an adult
Going
later.
back
and be
to,
like,
yeah.
oh, there's like a fucking lot here.
Yes.
But as a kid, I was like, I don't know. And to this day, I still feel like a lot of my friends that got Morrowind, I'm like, did you?
Did you?
Yeah.
Or were you just saying
Yeah.
that?
It's kind of like EverQuest. Like, I just went and just fought monsters. I didn't really follow quest lines in any way, shape, or
I mean,
form.
that is MMO. Well, that is that
Yeah.
era of MMOs.
Yeah,
though.
that very old school, yeah.
Well, not old school. Old school is like Ultima
Online.
Damn, yeah.
Which I hear is amazing. I never played it.
It was obviously before my time.
It was during my time. I just missed it.
All right. Well, Lucky is handling the stuff.
Sure.
Jared, I trust you almost implicitly to handle purchasing and moving the money around there.
Yep, I got you.
Any other
That's
prep?
one of us.
What's that?
That's one of us.
Any other prep,
So
sort of
I can-
narrative or otherwise, you want to do before you head out?
Yeah, I can cast Electric Arc. I have plenty of fire spells as well.
Cool.
And
Actually-
I think that should probably be enough, yeah?
Can I borrow someone's +2 resilient armor? Has anybody got any of that?
Just sitting around.
Plus
cash.
2 resilient.
I
Oh, look,
may-
I found
Right.
this in the closet.
I may have to buy a shield.
Mm.
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
that's probably a good call.
Yeah, you've been out for a while. If you want to have bought a shield,
Okay.
you can do that.
Okay.
I basically trust all of you to spend within the money you have, or coordinate with Jared to understand party resources, and we can kind of get that between apps. Or if you two want to
we
handle
can
it by
start doing
like
that on
Discord
like,
messaging.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Honestly,
we
it may
should
also
make a loot channel.
we should probably have a loot channel, and then we probably also should have a, because I don't do it, but for all of you, a like in-game chat channel.
Yeah.
For like just like, hey, here's so much this or that.
When
Anyway,
we whisper about you.
honestly, we're talking about our Discord on there. At some point, I feel like we should open it up. That's why I made the cast section. We could make like a fan section of the
that'd be
Discord.
cool.
Like, hey, all 5 of you who would care,
Yeah,
come
yeah.
talk to us occasionally.
I like it.
All right.
I mean,
Matt's
truly,
like,
I
I'm
have-
already on your Discord.
I'm already on your Discord.
Yeah, fuck. All right, the other 4.
Mhm. Let's do this.
You wanna
I'm so
head out?
excited.
All right. So, you head down south. You take off. Are you giving the kobolds a mount, or who are they riding with, so that you don't get slowed down by being on foot?
Not me.
They can
Nah.
ride with me.
Yeah,
Okay.
one with him, and then I'll take the other one.
Okay. So you pop off on the horses. It took you basically a day to get stuff together, so you're setting off the next morning.
Okay.
Is that what you'd like?
Yeah.
Okay. You could have set off at night without resting if you wanted.
Nay.
No.
Okay. Talk to me about gear. Are you traveling fully armored up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Arthur is.
Yeah,
I think
100%.
No reason not to.
there's not a ton of difference in where Nikolai walks around versus.
Mm-hmm. And Jonas is just like standard issue Eddie Bauer gear. So he looks really.
Yeah, you're a sorcerer.
Yeah, I'm a
With his
sorcerer. So.
Old Navy zip up fleece.
Mhm. Oh, yeah.
No, it's he's been on here for a while. It's a Patagonia.
It's Patagonia.
Yeah, it's
I'm
true. It's true.
upgrading.
All right. So you head out. You're on. You 4 horses. You saddlebag up. I'm going to trust that you can handle a 2-week expedition worth of food
Yep.
and water in terms of gear. Your horses are lit. Do you bring a 5th pack animal?
Build a
At this
pony.
point, you're in a king. You have
We can
access
bring
to
the
quite a few
llama.
horses.
Yeah, I think bringing the llama would be legit.
I mean, if it's
drama?
a 3-day journey, it's going to be 6 days at minimum
Yeah.
out here.
Yeah.
Like, that's probably a pretty good idea to bring some
Yeah,
food.
I think so. Yeah,
We'll
let's bring.
We'll bring in a drama.
Okay.
Yeah, no
Pack her
drama.
up with
Food,
some
no
water.
drama.
Mhm.
So you've got 4 horses. They're all riding. Unless Arthur, were you on a war horse? I forget. Did you show up with a war horse or a riding horse?
I think it was just a riding horse.
Okay.
think
So
we
you
all
got
have
4
riding horses.
riding horses and a pack llama.
I like it.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Can we get Elixir of Life lesser? It's 5th level, but it's from Jubilost.
Yes, Jubilost will have that for you specifically.
Okay.
Yeah, the general store in general can go up to item level 4, I believe. I'll double check that, but Jubilost can get you 5.
Okay, cool.
And yeah, all he needs from you is just all the information, and you're set. Okay, so you take off, Jason. First day goes with your first day. You're gonna move 2 hexes. Just go straight down diagonally southwest. So you'll ride through Elga's hex, and then you'll go through there. You have to be a little careful. This is the Candlemere, so you'll skirt that. But that's basically near the end of the day. You're gonna have to camp on the sort of north side of Candlemere Lake.
Gross. I will camp as far in north in the hex as
And
I
we
can.
probably still
Into the edge
feel
of the
like
forest?
gross.
Yeah.
Do we feel gross while we're in this hex?
So I say, since you've left the hex enough, you no longer have that feeling of something watching you from outside of space or time.
But we remember.
But I imagine
it.
like
Yeah.
the divinity, like as I'm riding by, there's like this
Yeah, it's not
weird,
cool.
like you can feel it. Like if I go over there, I'm gonna have to deal with that again.
And I'll say you do a campfire scene. You catch and make fish on a stick.
Hell yeah.
Amazing.
So Arthur, keep in mind that tomorrow, I'm gonna say we're not gonna do the whole campfire scene because we've done so much in town camp,
Yeah.
like essentially camping character scenes that I don't want to go take a lot of time on that yet. So I'm gonna say that you do quite well because it's your first day out here. And give me a cooking roll real quick. That I
Oh,
will
damn.
do.
I did train in this.
Yeah, because the cooking lore is easier for fish on a stick, and you've got plenty of provisions. What do you got, Jason?
Terrible
15.
math.
Okay. Yeah. So you could just cook a fine meal.
Yeah.
You don't gain this, but you don't succeed and give an extra bonus. But Arthur, you only need to sleep 7 hours tonight.
Hell yeah.
Like you're just extra rested. Fish is good clean energy for you.
Sweet.
I will say, who has the who has the midnight watch? We had the old watch order with Ari, but what's the
Who had
order?
it? Was Ari the mid-watch last time?
I actually think Jonas would be very interested to take the midnight watch because
Okay.
it'll be the darkest, and I want to see if those wisps are back.
And I was about to say, so yeah, you have it. And you can't tell if it's tricks in your eyes because it's pretty far away, right? You're like
Yeah.
10, you're like 6 to 7 miles away from the island in the center. So you can't tell if it's the moonlight through the clouds, but you swear you see some light, woo, 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 like flickering and
I'm like
speeding around above the lake.
full of regret that I chose to take this watch. I was like, dude, I want to see. And then now that I'm seeing it, I'm like,
And I imagine for that
I
moment
should've
you
been
can kind
there.
of feel
Yeah.
it. It's almost when you see it that it hovers for a second, and there's no way it can see you at this distance.
for sure.
But you feel like something might be watching.
I don't like that.
I don't like it at all.
All right. Next day, you wake up and you're all set up there. This is the day that you're going to have to spend the morning kind of skirting the, going slowly through this hex and avoiding the lizard camp.
Just in case, and this
Yeah.
would be from an RP thing, can I make a skill check about lizard folk to see what language they speak?
Yeah, 100%.
They speak
Yeah.
Sarkaroth.
Sarkross?
Savakroth or some shit. I don't know.
I
what
think
the
you're
fuck
right.
it's
Just in case. That was just something that I would do to prep that language. And then I'm probably abusing this feat a little bit, but
I don't think so.
I'm
This
having
feels like
fun with
exactly what that fucking feat
Yeah.
would be about.
Sarkroth. So I'll just, yeah.
I'm just,
it's a society check, right? To roll it.
I'm checking because I can never fucking
Subterranean
remember.
civilizations, serpent folk. That's
Sure.
Any lizard folk
Sakvroth.
speak Iruxi?
Yeah, Eruxi or potentially Draconic.
Oh, there it is. Eruxi or Draconic. Yeah, so I'll prep Eruxi specifically for this hex.
Cool. So you do that. You spend the day working through it. This is one that takes you almost a whole day to kind of get through because
Sure.
you're having to move slower. Now, if someone... let me double check my fucking hexploration rules. It's been a minute since we've hexplored. And I can't remember if there's checks that any of you can make that like speed this up or do anything. Fair warning, camping and weather, random encounters and hazards. Already rolled for those. You know what we should do though? Someone want to roll for weather with me?
Yes.
What's the die?
It's
Is it 2d10?
It's a couple of D's, 20s, I believe.
Okay.
Could be
Couple of
like
D's nuts.
last
Wow.
night and this morning where it rained the whole time.
Yeah.
All right. So it rarely falls into. See, you're in. It's going to be mild in the spring and autumn. You're in autumn. All right. So
It's going to be cold outside.
First snow's coming soon, though.
For sure. Everyone gets
okay,
a
give me a DC 18 flat check.
lesser elixir of life.
Wow.
Nice.
Oh, just roll 1d20?
Let's see.
14.
Oh no, so this is only during certain months, and it's not those. So it's just fine weather.
Okay.
So this check then
lesser.
is, what did you roll on the D20?
14.
14. So there's no weather event today. It's just nice weather. It's not overcast. And then I'm trying to think if there's a rain check, which I used to remember the number for. Oh, no, that's what it is. Yeah. No weather event today.
Perfect.
So yeah, it's just kind of nice weather. It's part of the reason, like, this is sort of the breadbasket of this region is so prized as Southern Brevoy. It's the breadbasket for Northern Avistan because the weather is good for this shit. So you head down. Do any of you, what are your exploration modes right now? Who can be kind of leading the group? Well, the kobolds are giving you directions, but who wants to be making like a wilderness or survival check to be dealing with navigating the terrain?
I'm pretty good at survival.
You want everyone cool with following the leader of Nikolai on
Sure.
this one?
Yep.
All right, Nikolai, make that check for the group. I guess following the leaders, all of you can make it. I'm just gonna have Nikolai kind of make it to guide you more swiftly through this.
A dirty 20.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to make it through without a whole lot of issues, but it does take you most of the day to move these 12 miles through forest. And because you're kind of skirting it, it's more like probably 15 to 20. So you'll move to the southwest of there. Down one, not west. Yeah. And you'll be right at the border of that one. And this is what the kobolds are like, careful when we camp tonight. We're entering into the territory of the dragon.
Okay.
Now, this is probably where, Lucky, you would have been having some chances to get their descriptions and see if you can recognize this. What's your Arcana?
11.
Okay. Just gonna roll this. What they're describing, like it's hard for you to tell what it is. The features they've seen, because they try to stay away from it so much, is that it's red, breathes fire, has wings, and flies, and that's basically what they know.
Okay.
So you're like, could be a dragon, could be anything else. You do note that like some of the characteristics, like, yeah, their drakes are in that category.
Sure.
But like, you're not how much sure if this is hyperbole or like story as it passes on. Because like, you're like, okay, this does sound a little intense for a drake.
Okay.
Like the amount of fire they're talking about sounds like too much fire, then of destruction. You're like, that doesn't sound like a drake. Now,
Okay.
of course, they haven't. Some of this is just like at a distance or heard secondhand. So you're like, also, who the fuck knows what these kobolds do or don't know?
Mhm.
All right. So now that being the case, they do say like, hey, you need to hide your camp tonight. No open fire, sort of shit. Like, don't attract this
Hell yeah.
hunting grounds
Okay. That's
thing.
good.
Who wants to make the check to try to hide the camp? Because now we are going to use a little bit of the camping rules, and it's Pathfinder, so some of the
Is it a
camp activities.
Survival?
Checking that out right now because there's camp activities you can make that will help hide the camp. Hunt and gather, learn from a companion, organize a watch, cook basic meal, camouflage the campsite, requires trained in stealth. And this is against the zone DC. You are all now in one of the more difficult zones, which is kind of fun.
Are we in the danger zone?
So actually, you have all entered into you are at the northwestern most reach of the Selin Hills. These are rolling hills, and I guess I didn't talk about this a lot, but I always like to kind of paint it. So even you're on the western edge of this forest, and you're right at you're at the eastern edge of the forest and the western edge of the Selin Hills. These rolling hills through which the Little Selin River, which you can kind of see on the map there at the bottom, the east to west river. The Little Selin River, and they're strewn with boulders, copses of trees, miles of green ridges stretching between them. Yet it'd be a mistake to view this idyllic landscape as safe. This far south, there's enough hunting grounds to sustain all sorts of creatures. Anyone who can give me a Stolen Lands lore or nature/survival.
+10 from a stolen land, sir.
What
You
about
kinda get-
hunting lore?
Hunting would also apply here and be a little simpler. What's your hunting bonus?
+8.
So you'll get some of this. So Jonas, you know that this area, there's trolls. There's occasional manticore along this range. Like there's just big enough prey for things to hunt. There's something called
This is a bad place.
megalocirrhosis. I'm looking that up
Does
right
he
now.
have? He drank too much.
He's
I
got
was about
liver
to say,
problems?
yeah.
Yeah, the poor fuck.
With a single bite, you become
The
inebriated.
manticore's out here brewing.
Oh no!
This,
Check this fucking shit out. This is size large.
Whoa.
It's like it's a giant elk,
It's an
basically
elk.
a dire
Wow.
elk.
What are the
Huge.
mechanics of riding that thing?
Huge antlers.
I mean, it's size large. It's uncommon. It's an animal. You could totally get one.
dude, like the
Like the Elf King.
Elf
and-
King and Hobbit. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So here's a little note here. So you would have heard of this part, Nikolai. Megalorosis antlers of the Megalorosis are among the most impressive animal trophies known to fetch a fair price among collectors, particularly those who live far from the region. A set of these in collectible condition can go for as much as 20 gold.
Wow.
However, peddling in such wares can attract the attention of angry druids, vengeful rangers, or outraged
Sure.
naturalists.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
ain't about that life.
Yeah, I mean, Nikolai wouldn't chop its horns off and sell it for, or antlers off
No.
and sell it for sure.
So keep in
Just
mind,
chop his horns off and hang it in his longhouse.
You could change out the Stag Lord's helm and just put
Just
those
put those on there.
there.
Its fucking head's falling over all the
you
time.
can't. You have to walk through doors sideways. You can no longer take the charge action through
It's
doorways.
got like a shoulder brace on, so can't turn his neck like that.
You're like a early movie Christian Bale in Batman where he can't turn his head. So keep that in mind. We've talked about this. That one of the things I actually really like about a lot of the natural creatures in northern Avestan is it's very much like old school North American megafauna. Like if you ever go to like a natural history museum and look at like the skeletons of like the extinct species in North America, think about like remember like the fucking giant North American sloths or like even remember the thylacines. There were things kind of like that. I think in North America at one point, the like sort of big four-legged predators.
Yeah, there were.
Yeah, so keep in mind that. So when we talk about that, like that's what that elk is.
Cool.
You know that there are some wyverns will hunt in this area, which you think Dimmu does add a little bit of credence
Yeah.
to what you've thought about Lucky. However, I will say a couple of things that you know that you would piece together from hunting lore in this area, Nikolai, is that, okay, that's a lot of predators you've talked about so far. So what has like the body mass to sustain megafauna of that size in this area?
Mammoth.
Well, I mean, for one, the giant elk, could those move in hordes, right?
Mhm.
That would potentially be it. You also know of another creature that you feel like would be sustainable in this region and could sustain that much. You recognize what this might be, Jason?
Whoa.
It's a fucking dinosaur.
This is a boulette.
Yeah,
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, they.
yeah.
The ground-dwelling,
Yep.
like, dino moles. I will say, I think the other thing that
Hate
you
that.
might...
Mm-hmm.
Don't like that at all.
Yep.
I have tremor sense.
That's right, you do have tremor
Very
sense.
fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, bullets are fucking awesome.
they are.
I'll you vamp for 1 second while I look something up.
Yeah.
So you
Jared,
want to go
you
over
bought-
what we? Yeah.
Oh
what we
yeah.
purchased?
So I got lesser elixir of life for everyone, and then I have 3 bottled lightnings moderate, 3 alchemist fire moderate
I don't
that we
need
can
them
divvy up.
because of my
I'll
sword.
take one. Alchemist Fire Moderate,
Do
you
you
said?
need any?
I don't need any elemental stuff, fire or
I don't have
electricity.
any fire or lightning.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why don't you guys both have them?
You take the bottled
And
lightning.
then
I'll
you
take
said
the
a
fire.
lesser
Okay.
elixir of life.
Okay. Yeah, lesser elixir of life. That's
Bottled lightning.
3d6
is fun.
plus 6 healing.
Okay.
And I
Doesn't
got
Bottle
a
Lightning also put off guard on, I think?
Yeah, I'll have to look. I don't remember
Because I
exactly.
remember that
Gotcha.
they're like the best friend of anyone who has a rogue in the party because it's
Yeah.
just setting up sneak attacks. The final thing is you've heard, and this is one of those like sort of family legacies, like they would send hunting parties down here for something called a Aurum Vorax.
Aurum Vorax.
The Aurum Vorax. A multi-legged cat predator.
Lucky
Mhm.
that's you.
Mm-mm.
It's like it
It's
has
like a-
8 legs
Uh-huh.
and an enormous bushy tail.
So yeah, it's
and
like
it looks like a
I thought
fox.
it,
that's what I'm
I
saying. It
thought
looks
was a
like
honey badger.
tails
yeah,
from Sonic,
yeah,
but he has
true.
instead of 2 tails, he's got a bunch of legs.
8 legs.
Highly aggressive, highly territorial predators sprinting on 8 legs, using terrific strength and iron hard claws to dig through solid stone.
Whoa.
Okay.
The typical Aurum Vorax is only 3 feet long
Oh, it's cute.
Oh.
and weighs more than 200 pounds
Wow.
of muscle and hardened bone.
Little fat
They're
ass squirrel.
notoriously poor swimmers.
Good to know.
Like squirrels.
That's so funny.
A single adult will hunt a territory spanning multiple miles.
Wow.
I hate that thing actually.
And here's one for you, just on that sort of check, Jason. That's a CR9 creature.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So we don't want to go near this.
No, we want to get through here. Like, let's go.
I want to try a Roomvarax on a stick.
I hear it makes a
that does
great
sound good.
little like. It's not big, but you could make like a toboggan or a beanie out of it.
Oh, a Roomvarax stew.
Yes.
It's a very
Okay.
heavy stew.
Very heavy. Hmm.
All right, I'm getting the DC on that. Sorry, I got super sidetracked because I was like, I want to talk more about this. It's like, keep in mind, like, so basically, this region is so far removed from any even somewhat like variable.
I believe this region is where you get your ass kicked.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems
That
like it.
sounds like
Still wild over here.
yeah, we need to start cutting all these trees. I mean, we need to move through here right away.
So the Sellen Hills are like rolling ridges and hills, basically between the forest and those mountains to the east. It's that giant
man.
southern reaches of plains beneath you is trolls, bullets, manticores, drakes, and 3-foot-long murder cats,
Yikes.
which is to say, cats
yes,
Yes.
just cats.
who can dig through
With 8
solid
legs.
stone. Yeah.
If you mate in cat form, do
Oh,
you have
damn.
kittens or people?
I don't know. It's a great question.
You know, we're not getting into that.
That's the campfire talk.
Oh, we gotta go. Sorry.
All right, give me a stealth check to hide the camp, Lucky. To sort of
All right.
disguise the camp from the dragon?
Not
Question mark?
Fantastic.
Ooh,
I
the watch tonight might become real.
think it's 20.
You gonna leave that there? You
Yep.
want to risk it? Okay.
Yeah, I would keep
James
that
sent me a
patch.
TikTok this week
You think?
that was like
You don't want a random encounter with a killer cat squirrel?
I'll fuck up that squirrel.
something along the lines of the guy being like how the GM asks you your question, like
You sure
asks you
about
your
that?
action in
Yeah.
a question form, and it's like, yes, I'm
You're
sure.
just gonna leave that?
Which hand do you use?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. No, you've locked it in. That's your result.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. What's the watch order? We know that third in the night is Jonas, who's the first two. Ryan's eyes are big.
I'll take first.
All right. Arthur's got first watch. Who's got second watch?
I usually do last.
I'll
yeah,
do
lucky you've
second.
got like at least low light, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to roll some perception checks. I've got your bonuses. Okay. You don't hear anything. Jonas, you swear you hear like some wings at some point in the night, but you're not sure small wings, big wings, bats, whatever.
It's the
You're a little
worst
freaked out.
sound you could have given
Like
us.
the possible worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have I talked about turkey hunting and turkeys coming out of trees on this show? They're
You've talked
so loud.
Crows and turkeys that don't
When-
like each other.
So turkeys roost in trees, right? And when
Wait,
you
do
go,
they seriously?
Yeah.
Fuck
And when you go
that.
out turkey hunting, you got to go early enough before they wake up. Because if you don't, when you're walking around out there, you can just hear wings, and they're all coming down out of the trees, waking up. Yeah, turkey hunts.
Turkeys are how I imagine, like specifically drakes, like the less intelligent dragons, like angry, violent
Yep.
birds.
Just.
But
Oh,
when they
turkeys
come
and
up on a
peacocks
puddle
related?
of water, they're like, I don't know what to do here. So they just turn around.
Yeah, they're very stupid.
They're real stupid.
Almost
sitting
the
right here.
national bird
Wow.
Yeah.
instead of the bald eagle.
Can you imagine?
All right.
They would change that faster than the daylight savings rule.
Do you think it'd change our like country's relationship with nationalism if our national bird was a turkey?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Probably.
And it's like every time the American military rolls out, just gobble, 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 gobble.
Oh my God.
So
Ah.
what's your plan for how you want to handle this? Do you want to try to like you've got to go through a hex that potentially has a dragon question mark hunting in it?
So what we're hearing is that the night watch went perfectly fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
Probably no reason.
We're going
You all wake up in the
on
morning.
We're going on a dragon hunt.
Yeah.
You're gonna find it before it finds you.
Do you think we should just go
You
look
think?
for it?
I think we just avoid it.
Well, we could look for it in a way, like in an effort to avoid it.
I have backup characters in town right
Mhm.
now already built. So, man, I am
Are you-
open. I am open either way.
Do
I
we
don't
want to see it?
necessarily. I don't necessarily want to fight trolls and
Yeah.
a drake at the same time, though.
But I think what James is saying is that
Don't look at me. This is Jason's idea.
I think
Yeah.
what whoever has J names at the table is saying is that the dragon square is the next square
No,
to
the dragon square is where your coin currently is. You were camped on the northern edge of that, and you've got to move through this hex.
I said let's.
But yeah, the question is, do you want to spend the day trying to sneak through it? Do you want to just walk openly, or as Jason suggested, do you want to try to like find it before it finds you?
Yeah,
I
I want
mean,
to
we-
find it.
We
I
do
want to
it.
find it.
Well, we need. It is
Trent's like,
time.
give me the idea.
I'm
Slightly
super
time
open to it.
sensitive,
I'm
right?
Yeah, but I mean, keep in mind, like, it's up to you. Basically, like, do you want to risk? Do you want to slow down and try to sneak through it? Slow it
Right,
down.
right.
Do you want to try to walk openly and hope it doesn't hunt you? Do you want to try to hunt it? This is obviously like you don't have the time to spend multiple days looking for it. But basically, in your day of moving through this hex, day or more, how do you want to handle it? Slow it down, be stealthy,
Yeah.
risk it, move quickly, something in the middle, and hunt it. Maybe stealthily, maybe not.
I mean, I don't want to fight it, but if
I
I'm
don't wanna-
outvoted, that's okay.
I don't want to fight it, but I don't want it to run up on us. So is there a way to, I guess, scouting?
yeah. I guess.
I assume
yeah,
this is
what's
Lucky
the-
just being smart too.
Yeah.
Lucky's like, I don't want to
Yeah, I mean,
fight
this
unnecessarily.
This is something we can find later too. Like,
We can come back when we're level 12 and just
yeah,
slaughter.
or on the way
Just-
back from
yeah.
What if
troll area.
it's not that big of a deal?
Well, I completely understand.
Well, then it's
It
still
could be-
it's even more of a waste of our time.
yeah,
Mm.
because if it's a bird,
Then the best, perhaps we just scout and move.
yeah, I
As
like the
stealthily
scouting
as possible.
idea. I like the scouting idea. It's
Okay.
like Theo's in the middle of hunting it and hiding from it.
Mysterious man in the sky. Can I use hunting lore to assist scouting?
No, if you use
Ooh.
hunting lore,
We're
you
gonna
could
hunt?
probably find it, or at least know where it is to avoid it. Or you could just do stealth, which would be a whole group check to try to make it through this.
I would like to
Hex.
see if I can find out where it is and avoid it.
At least then we can map it too. And be
Yeah.
like, we know it's around here.
Okay. Do you
Like,
want to? Are you
maybe I
going to go
climb
off
to the
looking
tallest
for it on
tree.
your own?
No.
All
you're-
alone?
Yeah. Give me a hunting lore check to track this dragon. Pretty stoked for this. Oh wow.
It was on a 20 and rolled over to a 2, so
No, that's a lower number.
It is lower.
significantly.
Yep. What is it, Jason?
18.
Okay. So, you're doing that. Here's what I'd like. I'd like everyone else to give me stealth checks.
Okay.
Okay.
No,
Clank.
you're an
Clank.
expert, right?
Mhm.
You can follow the
I
expert.
can, and I have keen follower.
Oh.
Sick.
Nice.
So now keep in mind, following the expert, what that's essentially going to do is allow you to apply your level. It's not going to give you, it's not going to give you anything else, but it'll let you apply your level to the check in addition to your
And
bonus.
that's our stealth check for the group,
Or
right?
level +2, I believe. Because you still get, it basically makes you trained. Is that, I can never fucking remember following
because
the
I
expert.
get +3
Yes, so yeah, that's +2.
with keen follower.
Yeah, so everyone else will get your level +2 plus your dexterity.
Oh, wow.
If you're untrained. Are you trained in stealth, Jonas?
I am.
So yeah, you just use your trained roll. But for Trent, it'll pull it up, and for you, it'll be it. So
Well, that's going to be a patch.
I don't need to roll this, right?
yeah,
Or I do need to roll
no,
too?
because your focus is on
Right.
this. All right, what'd you get?
29.
Better.
29. So you're acting exploration, and you're all putting your patches in before you have to fight a dragon. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I thought we were
31.
We're avoiding the. I'm putting my patch in to avoid
I don't know
the
what you're talking
dragon.
about. What'd you get?
31.
Damn.
15.
All right. I mean, all things considered.
Yeah.
And what's your hunt on this thing?
18.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
So,
But hunting lore makes the DC lower.
yep,
So
quite a bit.
I'm like trudging through the forest. I'm trying to be sneaky.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at it.
I can't hear you over your armor clanking.
Yeah, clang,
Yeah.
clang.
The talking
Yeah.
doesn't
Clang.
help me.
pristine.
So, I mean, like an aerial hunter, it's not like you can easily, like unless you're
Right.
spending a lot of time. So you're moving through it. You're trying to be stealthy, which means you're taking your time. But you do notice some scorch marks around.
Okay.
Now, here's the question: you kind of see it. If you do you want to look more into them, or do you want to avoid the scorch marks?
I want to look at them.
All right.
Curiosity.
It's not
got the better of me.
difficult for
Curiosity killed the
you
Baron.
as you explore this hex, working your way through it, where you see a pool, like a little lake, and a small clearing near a cave. The thing that makes it really stand out to you is that near the pool, it's just littered with burnt and rotten meat, cracked and scorched bones. You see bits of chewed up like equipment, parts of like tack from horses, a part of a wagon, just scattered in front of this cave near a lake about 200, 300 feet to the south of the group.
I want to leave. I want to back away.
What's your stealth DC?
12.
And Trent, you were at a 15.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you see this a couple 100 feet away. What do you want to do?
Were you by yourself?
A little bit a ways away.
I imagine
yeah.
like 30 feet
Mhm.
away. Like just
Yeah.
Nikolai has phenomenal eyesight
Sure.
as a part of this, and so like the things I'm describing are not hard to see. Like Nikolai sees the clearing and is like, that's just fucking body pieces, equipment burned, scorched down there near this clearing lake and a little bit of a cave.
The wagon is the concerning part. The wagons are not small.
There's not a whole wagon; it's part of a wagon.
Where did the rest of it go?
Man, Ryan the player wants to do this.
Jason, the player, does too.
Then do it. Let's just do it.
What do you
I
want
think
to do?
from I think Jonas's curiosity of just all things like, oh man, we can just take a look and then we can just, take off.
I
Right?
do imagine Nikolai like turns around and his eyes are just like.
It's like one of
I
those
don't
things.
know.
I get back to the group and I'm like,
So hear me
all
out.
right. So let me tell you what I saw.
What'd you see?
I saw a cave. There is a bunch of body parts, rotten, stinking meat, scorch marks. It definitely looks like a dragon lives here. But I don't know how big it is. How big is the cave? Is it pretty big?
Cave mouth opening is about...
Mechanically, what kind of creature would fit in it?
The cave mouth opening is like 15 feet wide.
Yeah.
Okay. Not a dragon.
Right. Well, not a full-size one anyways.
Right.
Look at the bones. Look at his teeth.
I need some... I just switched to Oscar a second ago. I need someone to stealth up, maybe? Kitty.
I'll go with you.
I can pull it out. I can be bait.
Actually, you can. Actually.
That seems dangerous. Unnecessarily dangerous.
Us sneaking up there's unnecessary.
I love how Lucky's like, this is always
all
the
about
dumbest
this.
plan.
This is always a bad idea.
Us staying to investigate this is unnecessarily dangerous. But we need to either. I gotta back up my accent. We either choosing to do this or we don't. We either try to walk away right now or we go and check it
I
out.
never back away. Arthur will just start walking.
Yeah.
God.
See,
Nick-
So are you
Nikolai-
dismounting?
Yeah.
Nikolai looks at
Dismount,
Lucky
tie
and
up the
he's
horses.
like...
Tell the kobolds I would stay
Yeah,
here.
Karik's
if I
like,
were
I
you."
will watch the horses.
Yeah, what do we trust this?
Creek, if you leave with these horses after we're done with this dragon, we will come and find you.
I believe
We have
you
a
should
deal.
help.
Yeah. Like you should help. Do something. Make a distraction. Lure it out. And then Arthur's going to grab it by the tail and
Look at
smash it on the ground.
Look in my eyes.
Yes.
I will cut off your head.
Oh, he will. I was like, going to bring
I
you
feel
to...
like, I'm getting the kobold's name. And the kobold's like, I feel like he's done that.
Mhm.
I have.
Yeah, it's, Prazel's like, Karik, I think he's cut off someone's head before.
I have.
His sword cauterized it too.
Mhm.
I mean, he did cut off the bandit lord's head.
The one thing I care about in this life,
His head's...
vengeance.
Oh, shit.
Clerics are different now.
It's hilarious.
So what you gonna
Let's-
do? So Arthur, are you just... What you...
I'm just going to tell him that.
Yeah, but
Tie
I mean,
up the
are you
horse.
just walking down there now?
Let's go.
Wow, okay.
I'm
What
not
is-
walking. I'm stealthing.
Is not
Yeah.
smart.
And I'm hanging back too. Like,
Okay.
An appropriate
I will
archer.
watch from a distance, but
I'm an archer, so me too.
Shield up.
So let's talk about the actual plan. So we just set a little map up at the cave. So Lucky, is your thought to be like stealthing?
yes,
Why
absolutely.
don't you put yourself on the tree actually then, because
Okay.
that'll put you in cover. So you're stealthy. So let's talk about approach and tactics. We'll just start with you, Lucky. You are, I'm guessing, stealthing.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
So
exactly.
you know what? To use my old little joke, what's in your head? What's in your hand?
Bow in hand and just trying to stay out of sight. That's it. Nothing crazy, you know.
And you're
Just-
now in the front ahead of everyone else sneaking forward.
Yeah, but I'm also like strategically putting myself near cover and
cover.
a little ways away from everyone else in
Okay.
case of some sort of breath weapon or something.
Arthur, head in hand. What's going on?
Shield
Mhm.
up as I approach.
Sure.
As well as the bastard sword in the other hand.
Cool.
He's like, all right, let's take this bitch down.
Wow.
All right. So Arthur is psyched,
Oh, yeah.
just like Trent.
He's as psyched as Arthur can be.
Okay, sure. Ryan, what's going on with Jonas?
Jonas is intrigued and excited, maybe like a nervous excitement, but excited nonetheless. I have my staff of air in my hand,
Ooh, right. Staff.
and I think that's it.
Okay. And Nikolai.
Nikolai is...
You feel like you're a fool right now?
He's wondering, on the outside, he's trying to like be the leader. But if the camera were to close up on him, he's got a super grip on his bow. And the string is just barely moving because he's shaking.
I like it.
I just want you to know, Jason, I'm using your pawn bases that
Oh.
you donated
That's nice of
for
you.
this today. All right. Well, you know what time I think it is? I think it's time to roll initiative.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm not sure any of you know how fucking excited I am
Oh,
for this.
crap.
We had
I'm
no
excited
idea.
and
Bad
nervous.
things for us.
Right? Like, I think we've talked about it before. The stakes of Nikolai dying is the ruler dies.
Yeah.
So Jason is like nervous about that part.
Just as I play
I
it.
love it.
Yeah.
Oh,
All
just,
right.
dude, I would. That's
Dude, if you
Lucky,
stab me
you're
right
up.
in the middle and run off, I'll be like, yes.
All right. What do you got?
So funny.
21.
21. Oh, it's quick. What do you have, Jonas?
23.
Ooh, Nikolai, what do you got? Opening that seltzer.
Shit, I totally forgot.
Or Lucky.
32.
What?
Fuck.
18 plus 14,
God
yeah.
damn.
Wow.
30.
Wisdom characters, man.
All right, so then here's what I'll say, Nikolai. It's your keen eyes, those like heightened nerves. Actually, no, I'm going to adjust you all 1. It won't actually affect anything. That you see something red and scaled right at the mouth of the cavern.
It's a kobold.
Would one of you please put
Yeah, it better
this
be.
right at the mouth of
Ooh.
the cavern?
Can we describe it?
It's a bird.
Yeah.
James.
What is that?
A bird, just like we thought.
Don't read the text.
It's this looks like
Is that a phoenix?
So here's what I'll say.
Is that
It looks like
Dumbledore's-
because it's not dead on.
Dumbledore's Phoenix?
That's the best I can do.
It doesn't look like a drake, but it looks no, it doesn't look like a dragon either. I don't
So
know.
here's
I'm
what I'll
gonna set it
say.
at the gate.
Lucky, it does look like it should be a drake inside the cave still, Ryan. Inside of squares fully. Yeah, right there. So, Lucky, it looks like a drake, but you've never seen one this looks just like this. It's not that it's a
Okay.
size category larger, but drakes are usually large of this type. This one is size large, but it looks bigger. Its scales look like they've overgrown the edge of like they aren't like seamless. It's like they're overlapping and lifting up, almost like scale mail. Its teeth look bigger. Its mouth angrier. Like something is odd about this. This is
Damn.
a unique one in nature somehow.
It's got some pretty big wings.
Yeah.
All right, you see that right
It's almost
there
like
at the
an
door.
alligator, like
There's
mouth,
nice-
I like
too.
that alligator mouth
Feeding
is
them
cool.
mutagens or
Mhm.
something.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, he's been hitting the gym.
Yeah.
All right,
maybe,
Nikolai.
Shoots much.
You get to go first.
Well, it looks scary, and here we are, so I'm going to shoot it.
I like it.
It's still on the ground. It's peeking. It's sort of like coming right around the edge of the cave, but you were all like coming in hunting
I have
it.
a question.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can ask this in character.
Go for
out of
it.
character.
Mhm.
Does this look like the statue that we found with the mitflits?
No, it does not.
Mm.
Okay.
I was like,
good
damn, I don't know.
question.
Great
Cool
Because
question.
they had some sort of dragon-like.
You mean the Mitflits had taken a sort of demonic
Yeah.
statue from the Kobold.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that was much more demonic in its visage.
Okay. I couldn't remember.
No, good question though. You know what? Just for that,
Oh,
Cool.
nice little callback. No, but I think you do think about that. You think about how like the different groups and tribes in this region have these like these figures, these folklores of
Yeah.
like creatures, and you're like, fuck, this is the kind of thing that in nature grows and becomes something beyond just the
sure.
normal of its kind.
Wow.
All right, Nikolai.
Now
All
I'm
right,
more scared.
Nick-
This thing
Nikolai?
has cover, but just regular cover because it's in the mouth of the cave.
Nikolai is going to cast Sure Strike.
Oh,
damn.
all right.
Da-da-da.
Spect. Oh my god, I'm so fucking
Attack,
excited.
Yeah.
attack circumstance penalties.
I'm
attack roll.
scared.
Okay, and then I
Same,
will
bro.
also activate the helm.
Now that does that ignore cover or concealment?
True. Sure Strike ignores cover and concealment.
Oh, then I don't know if you need to use
you
that.
don't need to use the helm.
You can save that shit.
That's right. I can. So just Sure Strike.
All right. Yeah. So this is thank you for that call out, Ryan. That's just straight AC.
Let me look it up to make sure I'm
hold
not
on.
a liar.
Hold on.
Okay. Okay.
I don't
Hold it
think
on.
that that's correct.
What is the
I
spell?
roll it twice for Sure Strike.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
then
Ignores
Ignores
penalties to the
penalties,
attack
attack
roll,
roll.
and any flat check required
Okay.
due to the target being concealed
Or
or
hidden.
hidden.
So this is not concealed or hidden. This is cover.
okay,
Concealed or hidden is like smoke,
Sure, sure,
fog,
sure.
things like that.
that one's better. How's a 26?
Checking something.
Okay.
What's your stealth DC?
12.
12. You're taking cover in there. So because of where you were in the forest, it is unaware of you. It is flat-footed. Now, does it still get cover? Did you find did any of your spells remove cover?
I don't. Not if
No,
Sure
okay.
Strike doesn't know.
Then
No.
it misses. Just barely tink right off the edge of the
Oh.
cavern wall.
Mhm.
No.
So that's a spell and attack. Is that your full turn? Or is it one action to Sure Strike?
One action to Sure
So
Strike.
you've got one action left. What do you want to do?
Talk to it.
I will.
Should have done that before you shot
That was
at
an
it.
accident.
Yeah, there's no talking to it at this point. I'm gonna see if I can find buff a friend with range, but I don't think I can.
Let's just take cover.
Guidance is at 30 feet.
I will take cover.
Cool. You improve your cover.
Improve my cover in these.
All right.
In the bushes.
Not a terrible
In the
idea.
trees. Lucky, it's your turn.
Delay.
Expect.
I like
Moving
it.
you into delay. Jonas, it's your turn.
I'm going to reach out, hand on the back of Arthur, and cast haste.
Okay.
And then I will.
It scared the shit out of me.
And then let me see.
No wonder you're bad at stealth.
Where's my
Yeah.
one-action thing? I know I've got some stuff here.
Oh my god.
Can I take cover in those bushes as well?
Yeah, you certainly
Yeah,
can. You
I'll
have
take
2
cover.
actions. Is it 2 actions to cast haste?
There's
yeah.
a big rock over there, too.
No, you're specifically in trees, which will
Yeah,
provide cover. Yeah,
that's
you
true.
can thump down into cover there. All right.
Go get it, Arthur.
Lucky, would you like to re-enter the initiative?
Nope.
Okay. It is now the EFD's turn, or as I like to call it, the enormous flame drake's turn.
Oh,
Crap.
So it wyvern walks out like, hand
Yes.
wings forward. So here's what it's going to do. It doesn't have room to take flight yet.
Does it have
can
Benedict
walk.
Cumberbatch's voice?
Oh,
Right.
No, but imagine his physical acting for that. So it is going to walk. It is going to use. It can move 20 feet, but I think it's going to use speed surge. The flame drake will stride twice its speed. So it can move up to 80 feet and move it towards you, Trent. So it walks out 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
Are you going to end the episode soon? I'm scared.
Oh yeah, I'm 100% going to end
Oh,
it.
you
Like,
are?
that's
No.
okay.
Oh, crap.
I was hoping he forgot about it. We're just going to go long.
We're going long.
All right, so it is out of reach of its fangs there, Trent.
It's 10 feet from me.
I know.
Just for listeners.
But its
Yeah.
tail is within range.
Oh, no.
crap.
So it,
I have my shield up, I said.
He
you
did
did
say that.
explicitly
Okay.
say
Okay.
that.
A whip crack with a whippy tail.
I'm just out of range to do Draconic Frenzy. So instead, it
This
is
is dumb.
going to
Mhm.
whap its tail at you twice.
Okay.
I'm so excited for this,
I
Trent.
wish Lucky hadn't talked us into this.
Wow, that's an exceedingly good roll.
Crap.
Exceedingly good.
Yeah, how do we feel about 39 to hit?
Wow.
my God.
That's actually a miss.
We just,
Oh, wow. I didn't expect
we
that.
just killed our general.
That
Yeah.
is
Some of
a critical hit.
Yeah, I bet.
Mhm.
But it's not a natural 20. It's one
So
off,
no
if that
card.
helps you feel any
Okay.
better.
I I have the shield.
Yeah.
So, like, I can
Are you just
put-
going to instantly take it on the shield?
Yeah, I mean, why would I not?
So you got to let me know that if you're doing that.
Yes, I am doing that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Break the shit you just bought.
I mean, it's if it saves
This is
in hit
what
points.
it's here for,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, so this is 2d6 before I multiply it. That's a middling roll. All right, so that's going to be... All right, Trent, critical hit
Yeah.
from an enormous flame drake's tail. 26 points of damage.
Okay, it's
Okay.
reduced by 7.
can take
Nice.
it.
And then I and the shield take the remaining 19.
Yep.
Okay.
Is the shield broken?
Let me see.
Yeah, what's the break threshold on that?
It is. It's not destroyed, but,
But
it
it's
is
broken. Hey, you saved 7 hit points on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, no kidding.
However, you no longer get its bonus to AC.
Yep.
All right, second attack from the dragon. Its tail is going to lash out at you. Cocked die. Okay, that's going to be a 22 to hit.
Oof, that is a hit because the shield is broken.
Oh, no. Bam, bam. Okay, and that's going to be 16 points of damage.
Okay.
That's its entire turn.
Yeah,
Lucky.
now I'll re-enter.
Lucky would like to re-enter.
I'm at
All right.
half.
Oh,
We're-
God.
We're shooting.
This could go real bad for all of you, huh?
Hey.
Oh,
Nat 20.
Oh,
yes! Shit.
What a great time for it.
I like how I did that. Hey.
Hey,
hey,
What does
hey,
high
that-
score mean?
Look, for no reason, maybe I feel like I need to hand a couple of these out, but that was a pretty classy call for a D20, for a natural 20. So you know what I think that is. Let's go ahead
Oh, I
and...
thought you were about to end the episode. And I was like,
You know what that is?
oh.
A cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Damn it, that should have been. Instead, here's a
Yeah.
gelatinous cube patch. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I got my critical hit cards out. We're going to have you tune in next week for the
Oh, you
critical hit.
son of a bitch.
Oh, man.
The Live to Die podcast is a production of Live to Die Gaming. Follow us on social media at Live to Die Pod. Leave a review and tune in next week for more. If you like the amazing background audio and music, all that credit goes to Syrinscape. Make sure you check them out at Syrinscape.com.